What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Crypto Night. It has been a long time. I've been busy doing stuff. I'm going to talk to you guys about that. But this video is about what's been going on in the markets over the last 3 months. A lot of news articles have come out explaining some certain nefarious things that have been happening in the market, in the Bitcoin market. Big sell-offs have happened, and there's a reason for that. It's nice to actually see that there is a reason behind it, and that it's an unnatural reason, and there's going to be an end to it. So stay tuned. I'm going to tell you about that. Something that I should tell you, I have been working on an application. I'm a full stack application, web and application developer, and I have been working on a desktop application that's going to help myself and anyone who wants it to manage all of your cryptocurrencies from all the exchanges out there, or at least all the major exchanges, the ones worthy of including into it. And it's going to be able to manage your ERC20 tokens as well. So I've been working on that. I'm going to show you that how it's turning out in another video. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel to stay up to date on that stuff. So first of all, here's the market over the last 3 months. A lot of big dips. So the big dip here, big dip here, big dip here, massive one down to here. I think it got down to 6,200. I thought it was in the 5,800 range. It might be on a different chart, but just some crazy dips here that we were up at a high of just about $20,000, and then it's right now it's below 50% of that, and it's been down to it probably came down to 65% of the all-time high that we had in December. So what's happened, guys? Let's find out. So here's an article. It talks about Mt. Gox. If you guys aren't familiar with Mt. Gox, I know a lot of people got into cryptocurrencies in the last year or so, and you're not really that familiar with Mt. Gox. I was involved with cryptocurrencies during the Mt. Gox time. I had been monitoring it and watching it and trying to get some, but I didn't have cryptocurrencies at the time, thankfully enough. And I had actually logged into Mt. Gox. I had never bought any through it, but they held, from what I understand, about 70 or 80% of all. It was an exchange, a Bitcoin exchange where you could buy and sell, just like Bittrex, buy and sell coins. So they held about 80% of all exchange traffic went through Mt. Gox. And it was very poorly run. It was actually created by I believe one of the founders or the founder of Ripple. However, I would not tie this guy to the downfalls that happened with Mt. Gox, because he basically gave it to some guy in France. And this guy poorly ran it and made a lot of money off of it. And I think it was France. Might have been Japan. But I think he was a French guy. Anyways, it got hacked. Lots of Bitcoins got stolen. Let me see here. It says in 2014, it was revealed that approximately 850,000 Bitcoins had been stolen from Mt. Gox by a malicious attacker. Although close to 200,000 Bitcoin were recovered, the remaining 650,000 were never found following the theft. Mt. Gox filed for bankruptcy protection in Japan. So that was a major event in the crypto sphere. The price of, if I remember correctly, the price of Bitcoin sank for 2 years following what happened here, just because everyone was using Mt. Gox, and then it was gone. And thankfully today there's a lot of exchanges out there. There's lots of competition. Not everything's locked up in one exchange. But what happened was this trustee ended up holding on to all the coins, all the Bitcoin that Mt. Gox had at the time. The Japanese regulatories, folks, they shut it down and they held on to all the Bitcoin. So this guy held on to it, and he's been selling it over the last 3 months. So that is, and if you actually chart the times when he's done the sells, it's at this exact same time that the market has tanked, indicating that he is causing or at least the big cause of why Bitcoin has sunk so much. It's likely there was going to be some pullback, but it's just crazy how much it has pulled back. And I do think this guy is he's a big part of why that happened. So this is an article about that. Mt. Gox. It was just poorly run, and now it's still affecting us today. That was in 2014, 2014 was when it basically went down, and now we're still being affected by it. This is an article on CoinDesk, basically talking about the same thing. So this other article says there was about $2 billion worth of Bitcoin that the guy has sold. And this article says it was about 400 million, and I think it was more in the 2 billion range, just because the price, when he started selling it, the price was around $20,000. And so something of interest that you guys should note is this article says, as it stands, this guy Kobayashi is in possession of 166,000 Bitcoin. So he still holds that many Bitcoin. And he's been looking at the bankruptcy courts and asking them if he can still sell some. So this might not be over, guys, is what I'm saying. There are some indications from people out there that say that he can't sell anymore for the next little while here. But he's likely going to be selling it at some point. He didn't do a very good job of selling it, and I'll tell you why. I just want to finish reading this. And amount worth $1.7 billion at press time, as well as about 197 million worth of Bitcoin Cash. So he also owns Bitcoin Cash because there was a fork back in last August. And so he owns Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin. So he's been liquidating both of them, trying to get a lot of money, and he's made a ton of money. Ridiculous. So, yeah, lots of people have been upset about this. This guy here talks about it. It was actually linked on here. So he's been selling it in exchanges. And when you do that, you have to keep lowering the price to get the sell order in. And that's what's been happening. It's been lowering the price, and just tanking the amount. So he could use over-the-counter methods, OTC, which, as I understand it, is... it's a private dealer trading option, and it doesn't affect the exchanges. And so that would have been the smart way to do it, and the price wouldn't have gone down. The guy would have got more money. So this guy is obviously a noob, and a lot of people call him out as being a noob. Hopefully for the next little while, when he does the next sells, he figures out what the OTC is all about and figures out how to sell there. I hope he's able to do that, because this is just ridiculous. I want to show you guys this chart here. This guy from Reddit has actually charted all of his sales. The nice thing about Bitcoin is it's all anonymous, and you can see every single transaction. We can actually map the guy's transactions, and you can actually look them up. There's a link to all of them right here. So this guy is Riverflop on Reddit. I'm just going to make this bigger for you. So he did a $2,000. His first sell was December 18th, and man, he made a lot of money on that one. It was worth $20,000, and you can see he sold 2,000 Bitcoin, and the market starts going down. He sold another 6,000 here. Look at the drop we see here. It recovered after every single drop. That's the good thing about seeing this chart here, guys. There's a $8,000 drop here, or sell here, and look at the drop. There was a 6,000 drop here, or sell here, and then an 18,000 here, and it actually didn't drop as much as you would expect seeing these other drops, which is starting to indicate that it's not affecting things as much, and that is a good thing. You see it starts to climb here. I can't say for sure if he's had any sell orders in these periods here, but it's nice to see that we can actually see if this guy is affecting the market. It's sad that he still has more that he can sell into the market. I hope he chooses wisely on how to do it with the OTC private dealers network. But a lot of people out there are thinking that he's currently done selling for at least the next little while, and they think that there's going to be a bull market coming. I can't say for sure whether that's going to happen, but I mean, it's Bitcoin. You never know what's going to happen. But it is nice to know what is going on and know that cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, is not dying here. A lot of people think that it's been dying, but it's not dying. It is alive and well, but there's a massive whale out there, and he's been dumping, and we can't do anything about it. So we have to kind of live through it. One thing, I shouldn't leave you with that. I'll tell you what I've been doing with this is trying to get some cheap coins. There's a lot of cheap coins out there. A lot of coins I've been monitoring. Nexus is one that I really like. I actually sold on, they had this big run up, and I sold at this high, and it's come down, but I'm trying to get it to go a little bit further down before I buy back in. That's one I do not want to miss out on when it starts climbing. So there's also Stack is super cheap right now. It's way cheaper than it was in the ICO. It's about 7 cents, and in the ICOs I think it was 10 cents, but it was up to 30 cents about 2 weeks ago. Let's see, Simple Token, I wouldn't mind picking up some more of those. Everything is really cheap, but what I've been doing, you guys, is there's times when Bitcoin just soars for a day and everything else is not soaring. That's a really good time to buy altcoins because you get a lot off of your expensive Bitcoin, and everything else is really cheap. And then there's times when Bitcoin's down, everything else is way down. And what I do is you look at the 7-day chart and you see what's way down on the ones that you're very interested in, and those are the ones that you want to pick up. Like, look at Simple Token; it's down 31% compared to the 15% that I have with Bitcoin. So if you've been holding Bitcoin, then you just wait for those big numbers to show up over here. Zencash is one I've been looking at. That's down 34% in the last week, so that's a big gain that you can get out of that. Let's see what else here. Stack has been down 43%. That's a payment solution, a crypto payment solution that looks pretty interesting. A lot of stuff out there, guys. I'm not going to go through all my coins that I'm interested in, but I don't actually use CoinMarketCap anymore because of the application that I've been building, you guys. It shows you all this stuff and even more detailed in this. So I'm going to, hopefully in the next video or two, I'm going to show that off to you guys. Try to get your opinion, get some more ideas for features and all that stuff. So stay tuned for that, you guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button and share the video when you can. And we'll see you guys next time. Take care.